couple of thoughts here. Um, and this is my monthly video that I give you guys where this information really doesn't go out to my main channel. And this is one of the perks that you guys receive for being a member of this channel. So the one way that I'll lower my taxes and absolutely got a tax return, and I'll tell you guys, my tax return was $6,500 as a single person. How did I do that? Well, last year, I officially started my business by going to the IRS and getting a EIN number. Once I got that EIN number, I then registered my business and make sure that my name, wasn't copycatted or mirrored or somebody else had my name with my particular state. And my state is Texas. Everything that I do, whether it be YouTube or my website and the business itself, I make sure that I can rope under my LLC. So when I went to Mexico last year, that was a business trip because every day I took some form of call and or I did a video. So that's considered business, okay? So again, that's a business trip, but it's also a vacation, and you can write off either 50% or 100% of that trip, depending on how much you work. You just have to ask your CPA professional. When I went to Brazil, I did a video every day. Okay, that's how I also wrote off a big part of that particular trip. Then me and the family, or well, me and my fiance, we went to where we just come from, Jamaica, and I did videos there. You guys saw that. That's all part of my YouTube channel that essentially falls under my LLC as business because I use YouTube as marketing for rossworldfinancial.com. So that's an easy link when you're using your YouTube channel, aka Financial Literacy 101. And you can do the same thing because essentially, and I'm gonna tell you some other things here. To Friday this week, today is April 28th. I fly out April 30th. We all do. We're going to see my buddy in Tampa, Florida. And what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm gonna do videos while I'm in Tampa, so I can use that as a tax write-off as well. Then in July, we're going to the Dominican Republic. Of course, I'm gonna do a video every day. I'm gonna make sure I tweak and work on my website. All of that is considered work, even though I'm in a different location. But you can essentially write off 25, 50, 100% of that particular vacation. And it's absolutely can be considered as somewhat of a domestic tax haven. Because take, for instance, there's a lot of things that I've purchased that was either for my business and or my YouTube channel. Because again, the reason how I can market this is I'm teaching financial literacy and I'm a financial coach. And in the description of my video, I have my website listed. So if I was ever to get audited, like, well, how are you linking the two together? Well, this is just marketing and advertising and giving people information to inform them to come to my website. And there's a direct correlation, direct link under my LLC brand. This is something you absolutely have to do. Um, there's a lot of things that you can do that have these loopholes and gray areas that once you create your LLC and you write it, so it's going to take you now creating your EIN number through the irs.gov. That's irs.gov. You can create your EIN totally free. When you register your organization, your LLC with your state, that it will cost you anywhere from 150 to 350 depending on what state you are in. But once you start doing that and you buy furniture and you dedicate a particular room or area inside of your house as your office, then you can write that off as well. If you use your cell phone for business, you can write that off as well. Here's the question: how does the IRS know this? Because you're using your personal cell phone. That's one of the gray areas that people just don't know. There's people who buy houses under the LLC for a tax write-off because they say, hey, we're doing nothing but business. There's some information I'm not privy of because I'm not a CPA that deals in taxes. So again, talk to your CPA who deals solely in taxes. And a lot of these guys used to work for tax industries or the IRS, which they know that pertinent information to give you. Um, I've dedicated a whole room upstairs because there's only three of us in this 5-bedroom home. So that whole room can essentially get written off because it was down to its studs, and I had to get drywall, flooring, all of that stuff can be written off. And that's how I received that large amount because it is my office space. It is my studio space. But at the same time, guess what that does? It raised the value of my home because I have now 5 finished rooms. So they increased the value of my home. Respect, just to let you know this as well, if you register a room that you created with your state, it's going to, your property taxes are going to raise because now your house is worth more, thus you pay more when it comes to taxes. So this is just a quick video to give you guys information of how you can start an LLC. And by the way, when it comes to LLC, find someone you can trust. Either be a girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, husband, wife, best friend, someone you absolutely can trust with your kids, can trust with a vow of your blood, okay? The reason why you want to have a multi-member LLC or a S corporation, it just has some of the best tax benefits because most people want one or two things from their taxes. They don't want to pay them, so you don't owe the IRS anything at the end of the year, or you want a big return. So, with that being said, take this information, make sure next year you don't make the same mistakes that you made this year. And even if you don't really want to start a business, there's a lot of things that you can start a business on paper and reap all the tax benefits later on. All right, guys, I'll holler at you guys on the next one. You guys have a great and wonderful hump day. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.